you set up your environment could impact how easy it is to get started writing. So let's think about that today. Last week, we talked about how changing up locations can energize you and give you some new enthusiasm for your writing. And doing that strategically can be really beneficial to your writing. But most days, there's probably a space where you typically write. So I want you to think about that space right now. I want you to use your 5 senses to travel through that space and consider it. So what do you see when you look at your space? What do you hear in your writing space? What do you smell in your writing space? What are the flavors that are associated with the space where you write? And what are the textures that you touch in the space where you write? Being thoughtful about how you engage with your space, with your 5 senses, can be a really important aspect of getting you in a place to write quickly and efficiently, which of course is the goal of the Write method. So let's start with what your space looks like. Now, we all have different thresholds of clutter. It may be that you can't stand a single thing on your desk and you love it to be pristine and completely minimal. If that works for you, if that gets you to that creative space and enhances your writing, then part of your ritual of writing, either at the beginning or the end, will probably be tidying your space to get it to that state. Some of us may not notice those kinds of things as much, and so clutter may not be as big of an issue, and yet there are things that we see that impact us. We know that clutter often is perceived by our physical bodies as a danger signal. And so maybe it's helpful to move some of the piles off of the desk space that you use to write if you use a desk. Now, in reality, a lot of us don't even use desks anymore. I know that I do a lot of writing in my armchair, and I have it set up where everything I need is easily within reach. I do some writing at my desk. Usually it's when I want to be more formal and more structured, and simply moving from my chair to my desk changes the way that I write. So think about those kinds of things as you're considering the spaces where you write. Maybe it's helpful to you to smell certain things. You know, there are some writers that I know who always have a certain scent for the book they are working on. So let's say you're writing a Christmas novella and you have a pine-scented candle that you light every day for writing, just to kind of get you in that frame of mind of taking in the scent of the season. Maybe you want to associate a flavor with that Christmas novella. Perhaps for that novel that you're writing, you have a container of peppermints so that you taste peppermint as you're writing that novel. Maybe if it's wintertime, since we're talking about Christmas novellas, you have a nice, comfy, soft, cozy throw blanket that you have over your lap as you're writing. And that gives you the texture of softness. Maybe that's part of what you want to convey in the book that you're writing. Now, those are just Christmas examples, but you could use examples from any time of year. Spring, you might like lavender scents. Fall, you might like cinnamon scents. Summer, you might like very fresh, clean, or ocean scents. Any of those things can work. Flavors that go with it, textures that go with it. They're all things that might just kind of subconsciously affect the way that you are writing your book. So it might be worth taking some time to think about those things. What we were talking about this week is things that enhance your creativity. You don't have to think about any of those things. Maybe you write your book as you're on the bus commuting to work, and so the location really isn't something that you get to change. You can still write books in any location. But if you're looking to jumpstart your creativity a little bit, you might think about how you can incorporate your 5 senses into the space where you most write. What ideas do you have? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you tomorrow.